Hi, Tranbury.
Hey, Kelsey.
What a year.
Indeed, it's been, oh my gosh.
2025 at MTPC was a wild time from the start. We were faced with so much early on, and we continued to show up. We showed up for each other, for community, for ourselves. And even in our busiest moments, and there were so many of them this past year, we made sure to carve out space for joy, space for connection, and space to celebrate every win along the way, both big and small.
The way that we bring people in and we bring people along is not just about what we're fighting against, right? It's not just about the negativity. It's not just about the resistance against something. It's about bringing in people and building what we believe in, right? Like building that future that we see for ourselves.
Something that you said really struck me, which is a space to dream and like having that capacity. And I think that's such a big thing that we're fighting for, right?
Yes.
In our work, right? We are on the forefront to create space to build a foundation for trans people to thrive, but that means to give them the space to dream.
Yes.
I'm especially proud of passing an act protecting personal security, which makes legal name changes cheaper and more accessible and more private to folks legally changing their names. Before, when you legally change your name, you had to publish this notice in a newspaper, and your name change was public record, meaning that anybody could come and look up your name change, which is, again, dangerous. And now you don't have to do that anymore. You can legally change your name in safety, which is a real boon for folks that are vulnerable. And this legislation took place in less than a year. We managed to work alongside our allies in the State House and our large coalition of organizations and get this done. And so I'm incredibly proud of that.
We moved into a new space.
Yeah, here we are.
In our new space, it's amazing. We've got some plants, we're not on top of each other anymore. We're not in a closet.
One of the things I'm most proud of is that MTPC conducted and facilitated hundreds of hours of trainings across the entire state of Massachusetts, including across the United States and 6 other countries that we reached. And so this was a huge year for MTPC's education work, advancing gender equity and transgender belonging everywhere we go.
Together, we've accomplished so much this year. There's a lot to be proud of. For the first time since 2024, gear is back, and with an expanded inventory.
What has it been like for the two of you to work together this year?
It's been amazing. I feel that MG and I are often on the same wavelength about different things, and I feel like we work especially well together when we're doing educational projects together, because there's so much that intersects about education and policy and advocacy. Because to be an effective advocate, you need to learn about how things work in the first place. You need to learn about legislation. You need to learn about the queer and trans history. All those things take developing one's skills, and I think that's something that MG and I have really worked hard on together.
Yeah, Finn and I have been moving and grooving all 2025. We developed the Supporting Trans and Non-Binary Youth Toolkit that we published in June. We hosted our first special webinar, Interwoven Histories, in November. We have a lot more resources on the way in 2026. And so, yeah, as Finn said, advocacy and education can so quickly become one and the same.
Every day together at MTPC, we're centering trans brilliance, trans resilience, and trans liberation.
It's been incredibly meaningful to join MTPC. Ever since I was hired in October, it's been abundantly clear to me this is an organization for trans people, built by trans people, and run by trans people. It's been such a pleasure to get to know each and every member of our team, to be in community with them, and to witness all of their incredible work. As our comms person in 2026, I'm really excited to continue to highlight and showcase that work.
What are you looking forward to in 2026?
I'm looking forward to expanding our policy and advocacy and organizing work even more. I'm excited about continuing to work with our current coalitions, like the Massachusetts Trans Health Coalition and the Massachusetts Trans Interfaith Network, I'm looking forward to starting up a new task force that would combine the efforts of different organizations to help advance trans rights and lived equity across the Commonwealth. And I'm also excited to release our political education curriculum, and we're going to start having workshops.
I'm very excited for what's to come in 2026. Some things to stay tuned for. The Financial Literacy and Wellness Series was such a success this year that we are so thrilled to announce its return in spring 2026, so stay tuned. And if you haven't already, sign up for MTPC's newsletter to be among the first to know about our programming, updates, and initiatives.